Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Steve Didier, and this is the Mexico Minute, where I answer your questions about Mexico in about a minute. So today we're going to take a whole bunch of different variations of one question, cram them all together, and give you a quick, down and dirty crash course about buying a house in Mexico or buying property in Mexico. There are so many misconceptions and myths and rumors and just complete falsehoods floating around out there regarding this subject, and it's frustrating sometimes. But the fact remains, they're out there, so it's my job to clear them up for you. First of all, in Mexico, there are a lot of rumors and things that say that a foreigner can't own property in Mexico. That is false. You absolutely can own property in Mexico. A lot of those misconceptions stem from the fact that when Mexico drafted their constitution, they put verbiage in the constitution essentially that stated a foreigner cannot own property within 100 kilometers of the border or within 50 kilometers of the ocean. So that was effectively to limit any military strongholds and things like that. So come the 60s, tourism starting to boom. Mexico's like, well, we want people coming down here and buying property. It's good for us. It helps our growth financially. It's just good for everybody all the way around. So what they did, since changing the actual constitution takes nearly an act of God, what they did in 1971 when they started Cancun was set it up so that foreigners can own property through a trust. Now the trust operates the same way as a trust does in the US or Canada. So the bank holds the title of the property and you are the beneficiary of the trust. You can sell the property, you can will it, you can transfer it, you can do whatever you want with it. You have 100% control. Now in 1994, they added another kind of a loophole that allows foreigners to own property in a Mexican corporation, of which you own 100% of the shares. So effectively you still own the property. There's no land leases, there's no needing a Mexican partner, 51%, there's no government coming to take my land, there's none of that. None of that. So understand that yes, you can own property in Mexico. Now, a couple things you want to look out for with title in Mexico. There are 3 different types of title in Mexico. Foreigners can only own one of those kinds. If you get the other 2, technically you are a trespasser. When you hear all these horror stories about, oh, the Mexican government took somebody's land, well, that's probably where it stemmed from, because even though you may pay somebody and they may do a contract with you and transfer it to you, you can't own certain types of title in Mexico, no matter whether you pay for it or you got a contract with somebody, whatever, it doesn't matter. So make sure that the property you're buying is the type of title that you can own, and you will be fine. Enlist the services of a professional real estate agent, an attorney. Do it right to make sure that just like you would in the States, make sure that the title history is searched. You're not going to have any problems. So, all rumors stem from some fact somewhere. They just get twisted along the line. So, you can own property, you just have to do it in a trust or corporation. Make sure it's the right kind of title. And also, don't expect to come down here and finance a house or a condo like you would in the US or Canada. It doesn't happen. Mexican banks are not going to give you money unless you have Mexican credit history and Mexican income. A bank up in the US is not going to give you money to buy a house in Mexico that they can't foreclose on if you choose not to make the payments. So understand it's going to be a cash deal. Now, how you get that cash, it's completely up to you. A lot of people in the US and Canada, they take out a personal line of credit. If they don't have the actual liquid cash, they'll get a personal line of credit or a second on their home or something of that nature, and then bring the cash down to Mexico and buy the property. So that's kind of a quick overview. There's a lot of different things, a lot of details that we can go into, but as far as a quick overview, yes, you can own property. Make sure you do it right, enlist the help of a professional, and understands you're going to be paying cash for it. So do that, buy a property down in Mexico, and hopefully we'll see you on the beaches sometime. All right, take care.